What's up, YouTube? Doing a quick video on what is the best truck for a chunky boy, or whatever you want to call yourself. Big boy, thick boy, fat guy, chubby, whatever your pronoun is that you go by. I'm being inclusive in this video. But anyways, let me show you what the best truck is for us big boys. Comfort wise, we're talking comfort. We're talking about like sitting in your recliner watching TV comfort. There it is right there. That is the most comfortable truck on the market. And I'm talking about full-size trucks, full-size SUVs. I went to a lot of the dealerships, sat in a bunch of vehicles, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, and Toyota. This F150 and F250 platform are the most comfortable trucks if you're a big guy. This has been my daily driver for 6 years. I've actually been having these 99 to 07 Chevy Silverados, Sierras, Tahoes. I've had them since I was about, got my first one about 18 years old, and I'm 30 now, so 12 years. And then before that I had an OBS Chevy. But these are super comfortable trucks. If you're buying a used truck and you're a big guy, and you don't want to go spend that big price tag on a very brand new one, these 99 to 07 Chevrolets, excellent trucks, a lot of room if you're a big guy. The 08 to about 13 is also a comfortable truck, but the 99 to 07, in my opinion, they're even more comfortable than the later model Silverados. But as far as brand new trucks on the market, we're talking 2015 and newer. These F-150s, man, they feel like a couch inside. It feels like I'm sitting in my recliner. It's got a lot of width, a lot of length, and a lot of height, and just super comfortable. So the number one thing that bothers me when I sit in a vehicle is having adequate shoulder width. I don't like my shoulders feeling cramped, and this truck has plenty. I've got the seat really honestly about in the middle. I'm 6 foot. On this particular truck, I drive with the seat all the way back. On this one, I actually can drive with the seat in the middle, which gives, your rear passenger even more room. I like to lean my seat back. I like to, drive a little laid back. And when I sat in the new Silverado Sierras, my shoulder was right up against this B pillar, and it drove me nuts. It felt like I almost had to drive leaning over, like, I could only lean to the right, and I couldn't really lean. I like to drive and rest my arm right here, or roll the window down and kind of have that breeze going on me. The new Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Suburbans, Escalades, all that, you don't have the shoulder room. And my head's about right here when I'm driving, and the B pillar is actually further up on the Silverado Sierras. And when I would look to my left, like you're gonna make a left turn, like you're pulling out somewhere, I'm looking at car, I'm not looking out window. And you can see on this one, if we can see through the tinted windows, not really too dark, but when I look to the left, I'm looking right out of glass. And I feel much safer driving it. I have, feel like I got better visibility on top of how the window slants down right here. You can, when you're looking at a curb or something, you can actually look out, how it dips right there and see the curbs and stuff better. So that is my number one thing that I liked about the Ford. The Dodge had good shoulder room too, better than the Chevrolet, but not as good as this Ford. And when the engineers are thinking about this, they're designing these cars for your 100-pound lady up to probably about a 250-pound guy. Well, if you're a thick boy, you're over that 300 pounds, all right? And them engineers ain't really thinking about you. But the truck right here, number one, what I like about it, and you tall guys can relate to this. When you're tall, you sit up higher and everything. And so this armrest sits up really nice and high. So you don't have to lean over in order to lean on it. Whereas, you know, what I noticed in the Silverados and stuff, it felt like the actual console was lower. So, I mean, you really had to lean on it. The Ford's really nice because it's got this nice wide armrest. You can rest your arm right here. It actually feels really comfortable. We got the 10 position seat on ours with the lumbar and all of that. And that's really nice. I mean, if unless you're like 600 pounds, 700 pounds, you will fit in this truck and you will fit nicely. It's got the telescoping steering wheel. It's got a lot of adjustment. The only thing I wish our truck had, and it's really a cheap option, I think like under 200 bucks, is there's a little button right here and the pedals actually adjust. That's the only way you could really improve the ergonomics on this truck. Again, the Dodge, I'd say, is the second best. The Dodge has a lot of room, just not as much front room. This has a lot of back seat. And what I like about this one is the whole floor is flat across, but that's with the seat, you know, pretty far back, not all the way back, but there's, you know, you can see I could sit back here no problem and still have plenty of leg room. Even with that seat all the way back, there's still plenty of leg room. In my opinion, and I think actually, you know, based on facts, if you go look up dimensions, the Dodge 1500 platform actually has the biggest back seat. It's even bigger than this, and you can actually get it, you know, the back seat will actually recline and stuff, which is really nice. But the front seat is definitely smaller. And what I noticed when I got in and out of the Dodge is it's the door kind of has a lot of curve to it. And I was like, I would get in, your body kind of brushes this right here. And I don't, you know, I'm thinking that weather stripping would kind of wear out over time as you get in and out and you're brushing that door every time. But that, you know, that's just little stuff I noticed. I searched the internet trying to find videos on, you know, what's the biggest interior, the most comfortable interior for a big guy. And there's really not that many videos out there. I think I found maybe one, or, you know, I found about two, but they just were older videos. So obviously they didn't have new trucks like this. And they just weren't giving me the information I needed. But again, I sat in all three of them. The Tundra, the Ram, Silverado Sierra. I sat in, you know, the Tahoe Suburban platform. I sat in these and the F250. This and the F250 is basically the same exact cab. There's a couple little differences like in the console and stuff, but essentially they're the same. Honestly, for some reason, I don't know why, because they're pretty much identical copies. The F250 interior feels a hair bigger, but that may just be an optical illusion because it's a bigger truck to begin with. But anyways, guys, if you're out there looking, trying to figure out what truck you should get, go check out one of these F-150s. Well, fellas, I appreciate you checking out the video. If you got any questions or comments, put them in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer them. And if you got any facts or want to drop some knowledge for me that I didn't include in this video that you think might help other guys out, feel free. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel. I got other videos on this truck. If you want to know more about these F-150s, I have no affiliation to Ford. I wish I did, because this truck costs a lot of money. It'd have been nice to get a discount, but I got no affiliation to Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, any of them. We've actually been a Chevrolet family our whole lives. My grandfather retired from Chevrolet. I really wanted to buy a new Chevrolet after doing some research, and I got another video talking about this more in depth on why I switched from Ford to Chevy. But the number one reason was just the comfortability of this cab. It feels like I'm sitting in a recliner going down the road, and I love it. We do a lot of road trips as a family. I got 2 8-year-olds, and there's plenty of room for them. We actually, my wife used to have a Subaru, and that's what we used as road trips. And man, it sucked doing road trips in that. It was so tiny. The kids were always complaining it was cramped. This thing's like taking your living room down the road. I mean, I kid you not, guys, really. If you're considering one, go sit in it, see if you like it. Everybody's different. you know, if you're a really small person, I got my grandmother sitting in this car, and she's probably, I don't know, 100 pounds, and she looked like a little tiny kid in it. I mean, the seat kind of just swallowed her up, and I don't think she'd really feel comfortable driving it because it makes her feel so small, and the truck seems so big. So if you're a little person, you know, on the smaller side, you might like the Silverado better. It might fit you, you know, better. But as a big guy, I'm 6 foot and chunky, so this truck fits me great. And I would say if you're 5'10" and above and a chunky guy, you're gonna love this truck compared to the Silverado. Go check out the Ram too, though. The Ram was very close second in comfortability. The older Tundras are really nice. They're big trucks on the inside. I don't know what Toyota did, but the new Tundras are small, and I didn't fit well in it. I like the new Tundras a lot. I like the way they look, but I don't know why they, you know, Tundras used to be really huge trucks, and then they, you know, made it small now. The Silverado, it has the most cramped interior, in my opinion, for if you're a big guy with wide shoulders. And this, you might not even be a chubby guy. You might just be a bodybuilder or something that's got wide shoulders, or you might be one of them, you know, corn-fed boys that's just big, you know. And this truck's gonna fit you well. It's the #1 truck selling on the market. There's a lot of pros to this truck, and I really like it. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you don't mind, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.